Hi, Gary.
For the betterment of the town of Cobalt and its people, I call this meeting to order. Disclosure of pecuniary interest and general nature thereof. Approval amendment of agenda. Draft motion be it resolved that council approve the agenda of special meeting date January 17th, 2023 as presented and amended. Can I get a mover?
I wanted to ask a question.
Oh,
I was hoping we might be able to go into a closed meeting to include a discussion about the library board. Would you like bring that up now, or do you want me to bring that up under?
we'll do that at the next. Meeting.
Okay.
Thank you.
Oh, yeah, right. Special meetings.
Yes.
Son of a-
Any other? Can I get a mover on this, please? Pat, seconded by Doug. All in favor? All carried. Item 4, closed session, draft motion. Be it resolved that council convened in closed session as per section 239 of the Municipal Act 2001 as amended in order to address matters pertaining to subsection 3.1 education or training session, council training. Can I get a mover on that? Harry, seconded by Doug. Any discussion? All in favor? Carried. Yeah. For the betterment of the town of Cobalt and its people, I call this meeting to order. 10 after 8. Disclosure of pecuniary interest and general nature thereof. Jim?
Yes, I'd like to, I declared one because my, for 7.1 committee appointments, Cobalt Public Library.
Yeah.
And my spouse is mentioned as one of the candidates, so I'd like to step up. I don't know if I have to leave the room. It's open meeting, right?
Yeah.
Step back or.
Yeah. That's fine. 3, public meetings. If there are none. 4, deputations and delegations. There are none. 5, approval amendment of meeting agenda. Draft motion be it resolved that council approve the agenda of the regular meeting dated January 17th, 2023 as presented, amended. Can I get a mover on that? Pat. Seconded by Jim. Any discussion? All in favor? Carried. 6, approval of previous council minutes. Draft motion be it resolved that council approve the following minutes as presented. Regular meeting of council, December 20th, 2023. Special meeting of council, January 4th, 2023. Committee of the whole meeting, January 10th, 2023. Can I get a mover on that, please? Harry, seconded by Gary. Any discussion on that? All in favor? Carried. Number 7, items for council consideration. 7.1, committee appointments, Cobalt Public Library, Paul Penna. I'd like to make a motion after seeking counsel from the Integrity Commissioner today. I'd like to defer the library board appointments till next council meeting so that council has a chance to review the very outdated library board bylaw. Can I get a mover on that, please? Doug? And Harry? Any discussion on that? All in favor? Carried. 7.2, committee appointments, Cobalt Water Commission. Whereas council shall appoint members to the boards and the committees for the term of council, and whereas the committee composition for the Cobalt Water Commission is 5, 1 Cobalt councillor, 1 Coleman resident who is a Cobalt water user, and 3 members at large. And whereas council appointed Harry Cooper as the council representative, and whereas the following applicants submitted their names for membership. 1, Jerry McGarry, 2, Allison I apologize if I butcher the name, Allison Kakur. 3, George Othmer. 4, Jennifer Pereira. 5, Rochelle Schwartz. Can I get a mover on that, please? Gary? Seconded by Harry.
What exactly are we moving? I'm sorry.
Those names are acceptable.
So with the Water Commission, we need to pick 3 people from this. How does council feel about these out of the 5? Harry?
What I understand, Jerry McGarry doesn't live in Cobalt. He lives in Halem. Qualification, yes. Sure, that's a qualification. What does at large mean?
And Jerry has been on before, and he's very knowledgeable.
Church. Yeah, but he doesn't live in town.
I think we take our knowledge of those resources from wherever we get them. That's far too important to.
I'd like to follow up on Gary's comment. What does 3 members at large mean?
It's just Cobalt or in the world.
Yeah, like, and to Pat's as well, you know, if we're looking for understanding, knowledge.
Per-
Dale
Gary?
Dale could help us with that.
Dale, do you have any insight on that as to what a member at large would be? Definition? Perhaps this is another opportunity to defer and be more informed at another meeting.
If we're going to defer, could we ask, I don't know some of these people that well. Allison, I don't know. And it'd be kind of fun to know where they stand on things, what they look at, because we've had some very staunch defenders of the Cobalt Water Act, and
Yes.
I would like that to continue.
Barry?
I would move to defer that.
I would second that movement and just ask the individuals to prepare a little statement.
Okay. I think that would be beneficial for all parties. So a motion to defer the appointment of the Water Commission appointees till next council meeting. Further to that, that they provide a description and perhaps a brief bio and credentials. Can I get a mover on that?
And an explanation of what members at large means.
And an explanation of what members at large.
And
Perfect.
if you have to be a Cobalt water user. Although he sits in my restaurant for 2 hours drinking coffee.
Pat?
Well, just going back in history, John Gore was on there forever. He was our guardian and he lived in Cone. And he was the guardian of Cobalt water supply.
Okay.
John Gore lived up on Ruby Street.
He was out of town, wasn't he?
On Ruby Street.
On Ruby Street. Okay, yeah, you're close enough then.
Let's go with his kids.
Because he was always out there.
Yeah.
Can I get a mover on the motion to defer? Doug? And Jim? Seconded. Thank you. 7.3 Northern Tel IT Managed Services Contract. Excuse me. Draft motion, be it resolved that council enter into a 5-year contract with Northern Tel for managed services with, I believe that's supposed to be, which includes server management, accounting support, and on-site technical support as per the attached quote of $9,840 plus HST annually. Can I get a mover on that, please? Pat, seconded by Doug. Any discussion on that? All in favor? Carried. 7.4 TMSA candidates for board. Draft motion be resolved that council recommends the following candidates for a 4-year term with the Temiskaming Municipal Services Association, TMSA. Zone 1, appointee Jamie Allen from Latchford. Zone 2, Clayton Seymour from Hudson. Zone 3, Wayne Miller from Thornlow. Zone 4, Carrie Stewart from Chamberlain. Zone 5, Crystal Lab from Larder Lake. Can I get a mover on that, please? Jim, Seconder? Gary? Any discussion on that? All in favor of moving? Carried. Congratulations to everybody. 7.5 volunteer firefighter. Draft motion be it resolved that council approves the request from Chief Hearn to add Clifford Coe as a volunteer firefighter for the Cobalt Fire Department. I'm gonna move on that. Doug and Pat. Any discussion on that? All in favor? Carried. Congrats,
The-
Cliff. That's awesome. Items for council information, 7.6, MPP John Vantoff, note of congratulations to mayor and council. Draft motion be it resolved that council accept the items for council consideration and information as presented. Can I get a mover on that? Barry? Seconder? Pat? Any discussion? All in favor? Perfect, carried. 8, bylaws and agreements. 8.1, bylaw number 2023-01, amendment to purchasing policy. Draft motion be it resolved that bylaw 2023-01, being a bylaw to amend bylaw 2005-004, purchasing policy, to suspend section 3.1 to allow updated spending limits be taken as read a first, second, and third time and pass this 17th day of January 2023. And further that the said bylaw be signed and sealed by mayor and clerk. Can I get a mover on that, please? Angela? Seconded? Jim? Any discussion on that? All in favor? Carried. 8.2, bylaw number 2023-02, borrowing of money, municipal line of credit. Draft motion be it resolved that bylaw 2023-02, being a bylaw to authorize the borrowing of money to meet current expenditures for the year 2023, be read a first, second, and third time and pass the 17th day of January 2023. And further that the said bylaw be signed and sealed by the mayor and clerk. Can I get a mover on that, please? Pat? Seconded? Jim? Yes.
Request for a staff report. Frequently when we're borrowing money, it may be because, and we haven't had it yet, but a shortfall between collecting taxes and paying bills. And last term, we altered the payment due dates for taxes from February and April to March and April. And I'm just wondering if that's had any effect whatsoever on our revenue incomes and timing us for paying bills. Yeah, I'd really like to see that. And if there's been any comments about that change from the public and that kind of thing.
Do you need any more specifics for that? You're good on that info? Yeah, perfect.
Okay.
Thank you. All in favor? Carried. 8.3, bylaw number 2023-03, move forward strategy. Draft motion be it resolved that bylaw 2023-03, being a bylaw to adopt a move forward strategy, and Schedule A move forward strategy action plan, which forms part of the bylaw, be taken as it read a first, second, and third time and pass the 17th day of January 2023. And further that the said bylaw be signed and sealed by the mayor and clerk. Get a mover on that, please. Doug and Pat. Any discussion? All in favor? Carried. 9, unfinished business. 10, new businesses. 10.1, schedule of accounts. Be it resolved that council reconvenes the following schedules as presented. Schedule number 2022-24 in the amount of $246,067.56. Schedule number 2022-25 in the amount of $124,100 $124,000 and $255.22, and schedule 2023-01 in the amount of $42,899.15. Can I get a mover on that, please? Doug, seconded by Gary. Any discussion on that? All in favor? Oh, carried. 11, closed meeting, none. 12, business arising from closed meeting, there's none. Confirmation bylaw, draft motion, be it resolved that bylaw 2023-04 being a bylaw to to confirm the proceedings of council of the corporation of the town of Cobalt be taken as its first, second, and third time and pass the 17th day of January 2023. And further that the said bylaw be signed and sealed by the mayor and clerk. Can I get a mover on that, please? Harry? Pat? Any discussion? All in favor? Adjournment. Draft motion be it resolved that the regular meeting of council be adjourned at 8:24. Can I get a mover on that, please? Jim and Doug. All in favor? Very good. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen.